It's time for ROTD weekend. It has happened today. COOKforTWO has finally launched. I know I've been telling you guys about it for a while, but it is live. And actually, you are the first people that I'm telling. And yeah, I just hope you go and check it out. You can find it at COOKforTWO.us. And I'm going to tell you what it is. So COOKforTWO helps you cook small on purpose. It has an exclusive recipe vault with over 70 recipes that are just for small households, and they are all there for you, and I'm adding more all the time. And there's also courses and tips that all are addressing the unique cooking challenges of smaller households, like overbuying and waste and always having leftovers and having things go bad in your fridge more quickly than you did when you were cooking for more people. Like I said, the recipes are already scaled correctly for two, and you know me, I've done my best to not use partial ingredients, so recipes don't call for a half can of tomatoes or a half can of beans. They have either alternative ingredients or things have been figured out so that you are making the best use of your groceries and the things in your pantry. The recipes are designed to be quick. Many of them are budget friendly. Many of them have minimal effort and minimal cleanup. A lot of them are 5 ingredient or less. This really makes it simpler when you're cooking for a small household and you don't want to spend a ton of time, a ton of energy, a ton of money. Sometimes you don't feel like it's worth the effort. If it's just for 2 of you, this shifts all that because we're making it easy and just right. So COOKforTWO is a membership community, and it is going to be going to the public at $14.99 a month in the next little while. Right now, we are just announcing it to people who are already fans of my recipes and fans of my cooking, and it is going out to people who subscribe to my newsletter and where I'm putting it on Facebook at $9.99 a month. But just for listeners of the podcast and just for people listening today right now, that is you, I have a coupon code for you that gets it for you for $5 a month, and that is forever. I will never raise the price on you guys. You've been listening to me daily for the longest time. You've been hearing me talk about this. You are the ones who email me the most often. You are there in my corner supporting me. I want you part of this community. And so just for you guys, there's a coupon code. It is ROTD, all capital letters, ROTD. And when you use that coupon code, you will get it for $5 a month forever. And I'm not even putting this code in the show notes for this podcast episode. It's only if you are hearing me say it right now. That is for you and you only. So head over to COOKforTWO.us. That's COOKforTWO.us. Click on get the membership and use the coupon code ROTD. And you're getting completely ad-free, right-size recipes designed for 2 people. There are step-by-step video courses with videos from me helping you deal with these cooking for small household challenges. Lots of little this season of life kitchen habit shifts. We're going to have live support. Oh, we're having live meal planning sessions. They're called Stir It Up. These are going to be interactive on Zoom with me. We're going to tackle meal planning challenges. I kind of think of it as meal planning therapy. We're going to be doing those. The first one is coming up in November. And so it's very new membership. There's not going to be a lot of people. It's just going to be a small group and a lot of fun. So that is just for members. And then, I've been telling you for a long time that Marty and I have been taking these improv classes. Part of the reason that we started doing it was because we wanted to start doing these live cooking demos for the COOKforTWO membership. And we're going to be live on camera streaming. And we wanted to make sure that we were comfortable in front of people and doing this together. So those live cooking demos are going to be part of this membership as well. Me and Marty, if you know him from the times that he's been on this show, he is charming and sweet and nerdy in all the best ways. And he's going to be, as a non-cook, kind of asking me questions, fielding your questions. I'm going to be cooking. It's going to be live and interactive. Those are going to be happening monthly. The meal planning sessions are happening monthly. And then, like I said, all those recipes for 2, ad-free, scaled just right, and the video cooking courses by me, new ones coming out all the time. So it is for you guys, $5 a month forever if you sign up now. Go to cookfor2.us. That's cookfor2.us. I love that, right? I mean, it's US like USA. That's the idea there, but I love that it's for two and then it's .us. That makes me so happy. So it's cookfor2.us and use the coupon code ROTD, all caps. And then I will see you on the inside of Cook for Two. So exciting. We launched today. Very, very cool. Okay. So today I have a new guest on the show that I'm talking with. It's a new interview. I am talking to Jill Mahovsky from cookingupmemories.com. So we are not talking about a Cook for Two topic exactly, but we are talking about when you have a shift in how you cook and you want to do things differently. Jill is a particular expert in one aspect of that, and we are talking all about it. And she has a delicious Thanksgiving themed recipe for us because Thanksgiving really is around the corner. So let's do it. Let's listen to my conversation with Jill Mahovsky from cookingupmemories.com. Hi, Jill. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I am great, and I'm happy to be talking with you as we're so close to Thanksgiving. And I don't know if this is controversial or not, but you specialize in Midwestern comfort food, but you do not like the canned cream mushroom soup, that kind of thing, in your casseroles, in your dishes. Can you tell me why you've turned away from those?
Well, growing up in the Midwest with my mom and dad owned a small business. They worked late at night. We ate out a lot, actually. And on the weekends, she would cook, but she was very much a shortcut kind of cook. And those soups make me feel like they're a shortcut. And then when I got married, I started making recipes and trying to figure out what kind of cook I was going to be. Did I want to create exactly the same things, or did I want to do kind of more what my grandmother did, which was creating homemade sauces instead of counting on those soups? Mm-hmm. And so I fiddled around a little bit both ways. And then I started a small business with a friend, and we did meal prep. And in that meal prep, we used a lot of canned soups. And we created really great recipes. Don't get me wrong. They were great. But when I sold that business and I had more time to cook at home and I was trying to figure out what I would do next, and the blog came up because I wanted to continue to create recipes. And I thought, I want to take the time now to figure out how I can cook differently and really concentrate on more homemade sauces and cut the canned soups. And really, the canned soups are what always stuck in my brain because of the sodium and so forth. So that's kind of how I got in my head. That's how I was going to start cooking. And I love it. And people think that it's hard, but it's not. It takes no time to create a simple, creamy sauce like you can get with the same effect of a cream of chicken or cream of mushroom or tomato soup or anything like that.
So are you using these sauces like the base for the recipe still? Like you would do this for like pasta dishes, or is it the sauce that kind of goes over top of the dinner?
So a lot of what I create for the blog is casseroles. And so the sauce is kind of what you start with.
So is it like, I'm trying to picture what this would, like a bechamel kind of sauce, like a...
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how most of it starts, with a, butter, flour mixture, and then either beef broth or half and half or milk, and then spices.
And do those recipes, using those, can you easily convert from like a traditional recipe that calls for a can of cream mushroom soup? Does this work in the same way? You can kind of just jump and do this instead?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The recipe I was going to talk to you about today, it creates, about 2 cups of the sauce, which is about what your 1 can of cream of mushroom soup would do.
Oh, let's do that. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah. Cause I want to hear the example. So your recipe you chose perfectly. Thank you so much for something that goes with this topic. So what is the recipe? What is the recipe you're telling me about?
It is 1 pan green bean hamburger casserole. So it's green bean casserole with hamburger. Oh. So the twist is it's like your traditional green bean casserole that you would have at Thanksgiving, but this has ground beef in it. And so it's more of a hearty casserole dinner.
Oh, perfect.
That's what we call it, a hot dish in Minnesota, and here in Kansas City I call it a casserole.
Oh, okay. So now I have a million other questions that are not related to the recipe. I don't really know what hot dish means. I, for some reason, picture tater tots. Am I just like not in the right place at all?
I think you're right. But it's funny. He is from Minnesota, and his mother one year told us all to bring a hot dish. And I remember saying, "What is that, Scott?" Well, it's exactly what I cook, but it's just called something different in Minnesota.
Okay.
We call things casseroles and bakes here. They call things hot dishes.
And it doesn't have to have tater tots on top?
No, I don't think it does have to have tater tots, but they are big into tater tot casserole for sure.
Okay, I gotcha. So it's a hot dish is just another word for casserole.
Oh, yeah.
And
bake. Something that goes in the oven.
And hot dish in particular, is it side dish casseroles or like more like main course casseroles?
I think both.
Okay.
I think both.
Okay.
I think basically, anything that you're going to put in a casserole dish and put in the oven would probably be considered a hot dish.
Makes sense. I mean, that's a great name. Casserole's a great name. Hot dish is a great name. I am on board with all of these things. Okay, so yours is a green bean casserole that has ground beef in it, creamy. I'm guessing mushrooms and onions play a role because of the original green bean casserole idea.
It does. My recipe doesn't have green beans, but I will tell you when you could add them. I mean, not green beans, sorry, mushrooms, but I'll tell you when you can add the mushrooms because my sister always does when she makes it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so where do you start when making this?
So you'll start by browning ground beef. I use a, shallow Dutch oven so that it can go into the oven. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have that available, you'll just put it into a casserole dish. And we'll talk about when you do that. But you'll brown the ground beef and set it aside. And then in that same pan, you'll melt the butter and add onion. Let the onion kind of just soften a bit. And then you'll add your flour and create a paste with it. And then let that cook for about a minute so you get that flour flavor out. And then slowly add in your half and half in your beef broth. I like to warm up the half and half a little bit so it's just not really, really cold when it's pouring in. Same thing with your beef broth. I tend to make my own broth with just some beef base. So I always start with warm water. That'll make it get thicker faster. And then just simmer that for a little bit. You'll be able to tell kind of when it gets to the consistency. It's not going to feel like a can of cream of mushroom soup, but it is going to be a nice velvety. You'll be able to tell when it kind of sticks to the back of the spoon when it is as thick as you need it to be. And then I use garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and salt. Those are kind of my go-tos when I create this kind of sauce, whether it's using chicken broth or beef broth, depending upon what you're making. But, garlic powder, I think, really gives a very concentrated flavor throughout the sauce as opposed to using, minced or chopped garlic.
Yeah,
and onion powder, too. I love the flavor onion powder gives. And it's a great option to be sure to include if you don't want to do the onions. Because if you have somebody picky that doesn't want, any kind of bite of onion powder, you still want the flavor. And I think I didn't tell you, if you do want to add mushrooms, you want to do it up when you saute the onions.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, perfect.
And then you will add the ground beef back in and the green beans.
Are you using canned green beans, fresh green beans? What's going in there?
Honestly, you could do whatever you wanted to. I use canned green beans. One of the best things about this recipe is I always have all of this on hand. And I use this for a weeknight dinner often.
Okay.
So, as long as you have some hamburger in your freezer, basically everything else I usually always have on hand. It's basically pantry staples. There is some cheese involved, but this is the kind of cheese that I always have in my fridge. And you could omit the cheese and you'd still have a fabulous dinner.
Okay, perfect.
So you'll add the green beans and the sour cream, mix those all in. You'll add a half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese and a half a cup of mozzarella cheese. Again, this is optional. If you don't want cheese on yours, you can. It kind of sends it over the top and it makes me feel like it's more of a weeknight dinner when you add the cheese. And then it'll have fried onion straws on top.
Okay.
Those are optional too. If you've got somebody in your family that isn't crazy about those, you could leave them off, but it kind of gives it a little extra.
So Jill, the cheese was mixed in with the mixture, not put on top. So you're mixing the cheese in.
I just put it on top.
Oh, it is on top. Okay.
Yep. And then you'll throw it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes.
Oh, easy.
It's super simple. I mean, it comes together very quickly. And my favorite way to to serve it is over some mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Oh yeah, like almost like a side dish, Thanksgiving side dish dinner.
Yeah.
Without the turkey, you've got it there. Oh, I love this. Delicious. And great that you're not using the canned soup. If you don't want to use that, you can control the sodium more and have the real ingredients a bit in there. I love that too.
I've recently been making it and adding the mashed potatoes over the top.
Oh.
And baking it like that. Only because the reason I did that was my son and my husband were going on a fishing trip, and it would just be easier if it all was in one pan, and they loved it like that. Kind of more like a shepherd's pie.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Green bean shepherd's pie. I love it. Well, Jill, this is wonderful information, a delicious sounding recipe. Can you let people know where they can go if they want more of your ideas?
My website is cookingupmemories.com. I'm on Facebook at Cooking Up Memories and on Instagram at Cooking Up Memories Insta. And then, that's all the places you could find me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we see all kinds of ways of shifting our cooking. Jill's was away from those cans of creamed soup and finding different ways to do it. And I love that recipe, the green bean and ground beef casserole. What a great idea for taking that like classic green bean side dish comfort food and making it dinner. Thank you so much, Jill. Everybody go and check her out, cookingupmemories.com. Okay, so what am I cooking up this week? Well, I am actually taking a little break from all the crazy cooking because, I haven't actually been telling you about this. While I have been doing all the cooking that I've been telling you about, I have also been testing all kinds of recipes scaled for two all this time. And so this week I am taking a little break from all of the testing and I am focusing more on really building out the Cook for Two membership community. There is so much up there already and I want to keep adding more. And Marty and I are practicing for that first cooking live demo. We're like in the kitchen cooking together and trying to work out how we're going to do this. I've worked at a lot of professional kitchens and I've cooked alongside a lot of people. He doesn't really cook at all. So like not bumping into each other is a real skill that we are working on and we are focusing on that this week. And also part of the Cook for Two community is a Facebook group where we can all like talk to each other regularly, share tips, ask questions. And so that is on Facebook. And I want to start putting up some information and different things up on there. So if you want to check that out, that's at facebook.com/groups/cookfortwo, all in letters, like no numbers in there, Cook for Two. And yes, I'm working on a lot of that kind of like technical building and sharing of the information that I've been putting together all of this time as we've been building out this community. So I really hope that you're going to go and check it out and take advantage of that big discount. I'm going to say it again. I have really appreciated all of the emails I've been getting in response to the newsletters that I've been writing about Cooking for Two. And I've gotten emails from you guys listening. And there's just like a real energy and excitement about it. And hearing from you all has really been keeping me excited and going as I've been building this new thing. And I cannot wait to be able to talk to you all much more easily and quickly, whether that's on Facebook or in these Stir It Up meal planning sessions where we can really talk about things and get into it. And I know what my struggles are from cooking for two, for so many years. I went from cooking for our family and then I was divorced and cooking for just me and my kids sometimes, and then just me on my own, and then slowly for me and Marty. And then also my kids come back and then they're getting bigger and eating more. And I kind of like go back and forth between cooking for like full-sized family to downscale just me sometimes. And that back and forth has really taught me the differences between the two kinds of cooking and some of the psychological stuff. Like I was mentioning, like sometimes when it's just me, I'll be like, I'm not going to make anything. I'll eat when I get hungry later. And then it's like 10 o'clock and it's bedtime and I've just snacked on some tortilla chips. Like having that mindset shift that like eating, even when it's just me, is important. Cooking something, even if it's just for me, is important. Finding the time time, finding that it doesn't have to take very much time, figuring out how to do that really quickly so that I am willing and able to do it. That is all part of this journey, and I want to share that with you, but I also want to hear what yours has been like. I am pretty sure that, as with all things, we are all different, and there's going to be some interesting new perspectives. I want to hear about them. I want to hear from you. I can't wait for us to really dig in and talk about it all. You know, I didn't stop and tell you what has been new on the website this week. I will say we were going a little bit slower than normal because we were gearing up to launch the community, and so there wasn't as much going new, but there is a stuffed pepper soup on the Cookful that tastes like stuffed peppers, but much quicker, not so finicky. You're not cooking rice and making ground beef and mixing them together with tomatoes and stuff and then putting them in peppers and baking them with cheese. None of all that. It's just done in a pot. It takes, I think, like 40 minutes from start to finish, but most of that it's simmering away in the pot with you doing nothing. So it tastes like stuffed peppers, but is way less work. Really great recipe up there. And then the air fryer turkey tenderloins went live on Cook the Story recently, but that might have been over a week ago. So I might have told you about those already. So that is all that is new on those sites, of course, because Cook for Two is all new. And that is what I've been really putting my last minute energy into the last few days and probably for the next couple of weeks. But don't worry, I'm going to be coming back here all the time. I'm going to be posting new recipes on the Cookful, new recipes on Cook the Story. Cook for Two is just this special little extra place where the recipes are without any ads, ad-free recipes, all scaled for two. Like I said, there's over 70 recipes in there. And then all these opportunities for us to interact together and really become a part of this crew, the Cook for Two crew. That is going to be us. So make sure you go and sign up today. Go to COOKforTWO.us and hit get the membership and then use that coupon code ROTD, all capital letters. Okay, I will see you on the inside. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Jill, for being an amazing guest. And you know what? I'm just going to say it again. Thank you so much for being here. All these months I've been talking about Cook for Two or hinting at it, and now it's there. The logo's there. It's beautiful. The site looks great. You're going to really love this experience. Thank you for, being there as I've been developing it and sorting through it and listening to me hint at it and talk about it. I really appreciate that you've been out there. Thank you so much. As always, I am Christine Pittman from CookTheStory.com, thecookful.com, the all-new chicken cookbook, and from this podcast recipe of the day, and from CookforTwo.us. Have a great weekend. Let's get cooking.